Welcome to Terry's Songwriter Show. This week in the show we have Rex Davies, but from his first song, Work.
Take Monday off with a bit of a melody. Take Monday off and then you go to a gallery, but your wife's on the warpath, so you break up with Valerie. Take Monday off with a mere lady melody. Take Tuesday off to work for world peace. Take Tuesday off, research your autobiography, chat up that goth in the pub. Practice ethnography. Take Wednesday off because of deadlines demography. Take Wednesday off, extracting the Michael set out of office, reply to read, just have to wait and see. Take Thursday off because the weekend starts here, but your wife's still in her strop, so you slip out for a beer. Take Friday off, who needs those CNN witches? Take Friday off, 57 channel switches. Take Friday off because it's always the same. The rich get the pleasure, the poor get the blame. Take Friday off because it's always the same. The rich get the pleasure, the poor get the blame. So Saturdays, all yours too. Start revolutions. Revolutionary problems need socialistic solutions. But you go down the pub and you have too much to drink, so the revolution's postponed. What did you think? 'Cause you went down the pub and you drank like a fish. Now it's Karl Marx round. You wish. Take Sunday off, close curtain while sun shines. Read all the paper, what interesting times. Read all the paper, what interesting times. But heaven's too fluffy and hell is too fiery. You can take the day off, but the pattern's emerging. See, you never will be free. Oh no, oh no, oh no. You never will be free till you can take your life off. Take the rest of your life off. Take every day. Take the rest of your life off. Take your life off. Take the rest of your life off. Take every day. Take the rest of your life off now.
Rex Davies with Work, and we've on a show today, so thank you, Rex, for coming on today's show, and thank you for opening up with that first number of Work.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me on the show, Terry.
My pleasure having you aboard, mate. So tell me about yourself. How long have you been a songwriter now? Well, yeah.
Well, I've been writing poetry since 1975, but actually performing to backing tracks about 6 or 7 years.
6 or 7 years. Not bad going, because I've seen you on the open mic nights doing all this sort of stuff. What you do is interesting, I must say.
Yeah, thanks. Well, I have to say that coming to live in Wellington has furthered my career because there's so many great places to perform.
Yep.
And so many great people to perform with and to perform to. So, big up to Wellington for giving me the push I needed.
Well, you're in the right place, my friend. You know, like some of Wellington. And what inspires you to write songs like Work and the rest of them?
Well, it's all about the words. I was figuring it out the other day. I've been listening to pop music for 55 years now. Mm-hmm. The first single I ever remember owning was Chubby Checker's Let's Twist Again. That's 1961. So a lot of things lodge. As you'll realise, I'm not massively musical, but I am quite lyrical. So just things like that, work. The one I just did there owes a lot to the Easy Beats, Friday on My Mind. You know, Monday morning goes so slow, everybody seems to nag me.
Okay.
So the Easy Beats did that in 1965. Bowie redid it for his... for an album he was doing then of cover versions. I forget what it's called now. And of course, Oscar Wilde subverted the old Victorian maxim. The Victorians used to say that drink was the curse of the working classes. Mm-hmm. So the full title of the song I just did is that work is the curse of the drinking classes. So a few influences there, yeah. And that's what happens. It all gets mixed up.
Fantastic. That's really great indeed. You know, just something like that. You know, it's really good to write what you sort of feel, what's around you and that sort of thing. You know.
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, we'll go to second number now, which is called Up To But Not Including. Now, what's the reason behind this song?
Well, the great punk poet, John Cooper Clarke, who's coming to Wellington next month, actually, one of his most famous poems that often gets read at weddings, it's very romantic, is called I Want to Be Yours. And it goes, I want to be your vacuum cleaner, breathing in your dust. I want to be your Ford Cortina, I will never rust. Let me be your teddy bear, take me with you anywhere. I don't care, I want to be yours. So it's a really, really romantic poem. So I thought, well, maybe I can outpunk the punk and take a really romantic thing and make it the complete opposite. This is, it's kind of romantic, I suppose, but in a rather brutal sort of way.
Right, and I guess without further ado, my friend, well, let's take it away.
Now the path of true love is winding, never its course runs straight. Since Adam and Eve in the garden had that misunderstanding with the snake. But all the world loves star-crossed lovers, there's been quite a few over time. So to add to the general profusion, here's our doomed love, writ large in rhymes. Let me be your Ted Hughes, you can be my Sylvia Plath. Up to but not including when you put your head in the gas. Let me be your JFK, you can be my Jackie O. Up to but not including when my brains spill all over your clothes. I'll be your Sid if you'll be my Nancy, things will turn out swell. Up to but not including when I stab you to death in the Chelsea Hotel. Let me be your Abelard, you can be my Eloise. Up to but not including when I've nothing left to squeeze. If you be my Whitney Houston, then I'll be your Bobby Brown. Up to but not including when you're found in your bath drowned. I can be Thelma, you'll be Louise, we won't need stupid men. Up to but not including when our Thunderbird jumps the Grand Canyon. If you'll be my Guinevere, I'll be your Lancelot. Up to but not including the destruction of Camelot. I'll be the singer, you'll be my song, we shall never be apart. Up to but not including when this song's #1 on the Billboard chart. Billboard chart, never part. Lancelot burnt Camelot. Bobby Brown made you drown. Abelard can't get hard. JFK blown away. Teddy Hughes messed up blues. Messed up blues.
Rex Davies with Up To But Not Including, and yeah, the song speaks for itself. Well done, it's really quite good indeed. You know, like so, got some references between Sid and Nancy from the Sex Pistols, Whitney Houston with Bobby Brown. So yeah, it's quite interesting, really.
Yeah,
so,
well, that's it. You know, the thing, it's all about doomed love affairs, and the thing about doomed love affairs is they're pretty good up until the doom bit. So that's why it's called Up To But Not Including.
Right, I see what you mean there, mate. Got there, good. Yeah, good indeed. Okay, so you mentioned Chubby Checker was one of your things about doing Let's Twist again. You know, like something. Who else were you influenced you for your writing?
Well, my dad was and still is a huge Sinatra fan. So one of the first things I remember, because the cover's so beautiful, is Sinatra's Songs for Swinging Lovers, on which there's a song like You Make Me Feel So Young, things like that. So, Sinatra's career, of course, was quite lengthy, and he sort of came and went. So this next track, because I mentioned earlier how good Wellington has been to me musically, this next track really is a homage to Wellington in a similar manner to Frank in the 80s did that thing about New York, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I want to wake up in a city that never sleeps. And of course, if you're walking down Courtney at 4 a.m, it's easy to think, well, this is a city that never sleeps as well. So, Courtney Place, Wellington, New York, it's all in the mix there. Songs for swinging lovers.
Right, so get what you mean. I can understand what Courtney Place can be like in the nighttime evenings, you know, like on the Fridays and Saturday evenings.
Yeah.
Based on my own experiences, well, I won't say anything pretty much like that, you know, like, so I can see something like that too, Rex. So, it's just quite good. And before we get into your Welly song, another question. You haven't got any CDs out, mate. Where can people listen out, look out for your music? Can they find it anywhere?
Well, I try to get down the Fringe, the open mic at the Fringe on Allen Street every Tuesday. I'm in the recording studio at the moment, trying to get some, a few CDs down. So I'm hoping to record some of these with a bit more, a bit more backing.
Okay, that's good. If you get something
so watch this space. I mean, I'm on Facebook, Rex Davis Wellington. So if anything happens of note, I'll let you know.
Right, there you have it, listeners. Check out Rex Davis Wellington on Facebook and look him up, and it's just really good because as I've seen him, he's a very good part of his backing tracks, and a special reason why I got on to today's show, and there you have it. So so do look him up, everybody. All right, we'll go to your third number, which we talked about, called Welly, and as you said, we shared a bit of light what the Welly light scene was like for you.
Yeah, it's called Give It Some Welly, which is an English expression for put the pedal to the metal. It's about, doing what you're going to do, but with a bit of gusto. I think that's probably the best way of describing it.
Gotcha. Well, without further ado, let's take it away.
Okay. I really don't know if I'll succeed or I'll fail, but like the skaters in Tearo, baby, I know when to bail. If a man's tired of this town, he cannot be well if he refused the benefits of giving it some welly. Dance floors roll to the hips like jelly, so people everywhere come on and give it some welly. There's thrones in the God zone, so pull up a chair. Watch the world going by on Courtney and Blair. It's all laid on, seize the day if you dare. If the world ends tomorrow, then why should you care? Tonight the dance floors will roar to the hips like jelly, so people everywhere come on and give it some welly. There's phones in the God zone, so ring up your mate. Come down to Courtney and we'll get in a state. We'll get the horn at El Horno and freak out down the fringe. Let the world drink responsibly. We English binge. Sports bars, strip joints, looking for a score. Going for the winner, but you'll settle for a draw. Until you are waking up tomorrow like you've done before. All the money's gone, daddy, oh, you'd better work for more, because tonight those dance floors will roar to the hip slide jelly. And people everywhere, come on and give it some welly. If your shirt is too tight, just suck in your belly. People everywhere, come on and give it some welly.
Rex Davies with Welly, and the song sums it up pretty well, doesn't it?
Yeah, yes, thank you. Yeah.
Pretty much, what the light scenes is quite really good. So expressing your own views of something like that, and well done.
And hip slide jelly was a rhyme I came up with because I thought legs turned to jelly, welly, but that was a bit cliched. So I was dancing at Cuba Dupa last year, and the concept of hip slide jelly suddenly came to me, you know. It's whatever you take, whatever you drink, whatever you listen to make you dance. So hip slide jelly and give it some welly. Once again, most indebted to this fabulous city.
Right, that all sums it up most indeed. Jolly good. Okay, so have you been involved in any bands or groups or anything like that before you came to Wellington?
Well, no, not really. And I think that's probably, to get away from the sort of karaoke feel, that would be a good move next. Mm-hmm. But so far, I haven't really found a band, or I haven't really tried to pull together a band. Although I have played with a drummer, my youngest son, he drums, and Billy as well, Billy Oblivion as he's known. He's backed me on guitar sometimes. So I don't know whether we'll get that band together, whether we'll get another band together, or whether we won't get any band together. Who knows? That's the exciting thing.
Right, so that sounds really good if you can get something together, something like that. I know Billy Oblivion, and I know I've met
Declan. Yeah.
Declan, your son.
Yeah, that's him.
That's very good. So yes, and if you had the opportunity, have you considered doing touring for your own material?
Well, yeah. I don't know. To tour. If someone pays me to tour, I'll be happy to do that. And obviously, going home to Europe, if I could tour in Europe, we could visit friends and relatives as well. So,
right.
I don't know. I'm open to offers. Obviously, anything could happen after this is broadcast. So if people say, sign here and do a tour, well, I'm up for that. At my age, I can't be too fussy, can I, about my musical opportunities?
No. Fair enough. That's good. I'd say so too. It's good. Yeah. All right, we'll go to your fourth number, which is called M6, or Life Like the M6, you say?
Yeah, like the M6, yeah. The reason is it's based on a track called G6. And I used the instrumental by the original artists, who were known as the Far East Movement. Now, they're actually, or they were, Lady Gaga's backing band.
Really?
And a G6 is a private jet. So if I went on tour, obviously, I'd want a G6, And
okay.
The M6, of course, is a motorway that runs kind of north to south in the northwest of the UK. Road song, like Chuck Berry's Route 66, Canned Heat's On the Road Again. But my favourite, I think the real big influence here, was one by a band called Golden Earring. And it's a track called Radar Love. And it goes, I've been driving all night, man, sweat on the wheel, voice in my head drives my heel, baby calling says I need you here, 4:30 and I'm shifting gear. So this is very much about driving down the M6 to meet his loved one.
Right.
And so, yeah, there's a lot of influences here. But thanks to the Far East movement, who don't actually know that they've become my backing band. So I hope news gets back to them and maybe we can talk. I'll tour with them.
Good stuff there, Rex. So, and without further ado, well, let us take it away.
Popping CDs in the stacker like Hovis. As one door shuts, another one closes. The radio is fading, so I pop a CD. Man in the van just cut me up, he works for Gumpty. When the traffic clears, I'll floor it as the lakes give way to Moses. Down the M6, M6, M6. I clear my mind by driving quickly down the M6. Now I'm feeling so high. Rhyming while I'm driving down the M6, M6. I'm rhyming while I'm driving down the M6, M6. Rhyming while I'm driving down the M6, M6, M6. Chase that BM, yeah. They taught you to drive where? Yeah. Undertaking as our red line. Eat my grit, that's fine. Whipping down to Piccadilly, finding something that will thrill me. As much as rhyming whilst I'm driving down the M6. I clear my mind by driving quickly down the M6. Now I'm feeling so high. Rhyming while I'm driving down the M6. Blacko Bridge, wow. Rev it up, road warriors behind me, acting like they know. Dibbles far behind, 5-0, nowhere you can go. Police and thieves around me, acting fast, but thinking slow. Acting fast, but thinking slow. Acting fast, but thinking slow. Slow. Urban hymns and a promise keeps coming back to me. Meet me in the King's Arms, so love me now it's free. When a boat comes in I'll moor it, as the lakes give way to moors it's down the M6, M6, M6. I clear my mind by driving quickly down the M6. Now I'm feeling so high. Rhyming while I'm driving down the M6, M6, M6. Steer my ride into the car park, neon lights all stark. Check my bonnet in the mirror, Jesus, dodge that pillar. This is how I'd live every single night. Smoking up Deansgate after driving down the M6. 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 M6, M6. Cruise to meet my muse, yeah. My rhyme's a form of prayer, yeah. When the crowd gets all behind me, the room is gonna blow. Upon the mic you'll find me thinking fast, but speaking slow. Thinking fast, but speaking slow. Thinking fast, but speaking slow. Slow.
Rex Davies with M6, and what a wonderful track that was.
Thank you,
it's
yeah,
good.
it's
It's
good.
It's really good these days. You're just popping up there. It's really good.
Yeah, by the way, where it says, man in the van just cut me up, he works for Gumpty, that's GMPTE, which stands for Greater Manchester Passenger Transport Executive. Just in case you were wondering where that came from. And of course it turns nicely into Gumpty. So yeah, man in the van just cut me up, he works for Gumpty.
Fantastic. Good stuff, mate. Really good stuff. So what are your future plans? Where do you see yourself go from here?
Well, I'm not really sure. Like I say, if I can get some decent recordings, not to say that this isn't decent, but with a bit of studio trickery, double tracking myself, things like that, re-recording some of the tracks as well for copyright purposes.
Right.
Then, who knows? The sky's the limit. But as I say, time's running out, if I'm going to be a pop star, I've left it a bit late, but hey, who knows?
Who knows what's going to come of it, I must say. Good direct, so yes.
Yeah.
So once again, a big thank you for coming on today's show.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So this is Terry Shaw and Terry's Songwriter Show, tuning more songwriters, but for me, it's goodbye for now. This program is proudly sponsored by Wellington City Council Arts and Culture Scheme.